Hello, hello. Welcome, beauties. My name is Rebecca Hernizen, and I am so excited that you're just going to take a few minutes to be with me and to listen to me just share some fun, exciting facts. We are going to enter now into what we call the pink bubble so that you can learn just a little bit more about the opportunity of Mary Kay. So, I'm going to ask you some questions. I know that I'm like sharing with you and you're just going to listen to me and you might be like, okay, I can't answer them, but you'll be able to do that at the end with your consultant. So I want to thank you to start for taking the time just to visit the opportunity. You might be doing this just as a practice run for your consultant because she's moving up in the company and this is just a part of her training. You might be thinking like, I want to know more about Mary Kay. So she might have directed you to just watch a little bit and find out more about this opportunity. Or you might really be thinking, like, how can I know more about Mary Kay? Who can tell me more about it? And so now you're joining me today. So my name is Rebecca, and I am a senior Cadillac sales director. I drive a pink Cadillac. It's a gift for Mary Kay because we have one of the most awesome units in all of Mary Kay. So I'm so glad that you are joining me today. And it happens to be the month of February when I'm recording this, and it's Heart Month. And so I'm going to take time with you today to just kind of go through what I call just the paychecks of the heart. And, Mary Kay at one time when she was alive wrote a book about different aspects, paychecks of benefits of the heart of being in this business. And it happens to be Heart Month. And so I want to just take time to spend with you just for a little bit, maybe 20 minutes of your time. So set your timer, and I've got my time right here on my computer to just kind of see how long it takes. But I would like to share with you just a snippet of my story and then give you some benefits as to how maybe this business could work for you. And you know what? If it's not for you, then I would love for you to be a talent scout for your consultant because you might know somebody that this would benefit. So you're on here, you're watching for your consultant, you're watching for your friend, you're helping your consultant as she builds her business. So I want to say thank you, thank you. That is a benefit from the heart for you doing that for her. So I'm saying that to you right now. So thank you in the beginning for being a part of our pink bubble. So let's get started. So again, I'm Rebecca. I'm from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and when I came to Mary Kay, I didn't start here in Gettysburg. I actually knew no one when I came to this town. So I always tell people, listen, if you don't know anybody, you're okay. Because when I started in Gettysburg, I didn't know a soul. And here I am 20 years later, over 20 years later, still building my business and driving a free pink Cadillac. Pretty exciting. I know. And my kids love it. And so does my husband. So, but when I started my business, everybody says, what brought you into Mary Kay? What's your reason for coming into Mary Kay? And for my reason, it was really because I had no money. Literally, I had no money. I was in debt and I had to move home. As a 23-year-old, I had to move home. And that was not fun. I will tell you that was not fun. But I had a good friend who was doing Mary Kay and I watched her succeed. And I went to her and said, Jill, I need to make some fast money. I want to get out of debt. And she said, Rebecca, I'll never forget this. She said, Rebecca, Mary Kay is not a get rich company. Okay. You're not going to get rich off of it like that. It's not like an investment where you put money in the stock market and then the next day you make $1,000 or $2,000. You can do that pretty quickly in Mary Kay. Like now you can 20 years later. But she said, but right to start, you're going to want to treat it like a job and it will in the future bring you multiple rewards very quickly. And so that's what I did. I started, and within like a year, I had paid off that debt. And then I moved to Gettysburg and I kind of put it aside. And I thought, you know what? I don't know if I'll ever do Mary Kay again because it met my need. And little did I know that once I had a need again, I would come back into the company. And so several years later, I had a need. I was going to be home and I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. Not planned, but it became a need again. And so, Mary Kay herself would say, you're going to come into Mary Kay for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So I'm asking you this question. I said I would ask you some questions. So I'm going to ask you these questions like, would you consider Mary Kay for a reason, a season, or a lifetime? You never know. You might consider asking your consultant, what brought you in? Are you in Mary Kay for a reason, a season? Or are you in for a lifetime? Do you think you'll be in it forever like Rebecca? So I came in for a reason. I was in debt. I then thought I would be in for a season. I thought, oh, I'll have kids and then I'll do it for a season, like while they're home. And I did. I did it in the beginning. Once I had my first daughter, Madison, and she is 21 now. I'm going to show you a picture of her. So there she is. I'm sorry, there's a little bit of a shadow. I don't know if you guys can see, but those are my babies. What if I bring them up closer? Those are my babies. So that is Madison. There you go. Madison. And then Andrew is 19, and then Abby is 11. And they are my heartbeat. And I'm going to talk to you really quickly about the paychecks of them. But they were my reason. They were my reason, and they were my season of doing Mary Kay. And after I had Andrew, I became a sales director because it just, like Jill said, right? She said, it's not a get rich quick company, but if you treat it like a job, you will be very successful. And I started treating it like a job because guess what? I loved working and I loved it being a career. I loved making it a career while I was working it, when I worked it. I worked very sporadic hours in it, but guess what? In Mary Kay, you can do that. The flexibility and freedom of this is a gift. And that is another paycheck of the heart, is the flexibility and freedom that you receive in this business. And so then because of how I worked it as a job, the flexibility and freedom of it became more of a career for me. And so then along the way came Abigail, and she's now 11. And so the gifts that the paychecks of the heart created from this business has transformed our lives over the years. And I decided that when I made it a career, I was never going to go back to a full-time job because of all the opportunities that this business offered me. So here I am 20 some years later. My biggest supporter has always been my husband, Todd. This picture of myself and my husband. And he was my supporter in the very beginning and still to this day is one of my biggest supporters. So I wanted to share with you, that's just a little bit of my story in a nutshell, but I wanted to share with you, I want to make sure that I'm conscious of the time that I have, but I wanted to share with you what I call the paychecks of the heart. And when I say that, I want to tell you, think about the paychecks of the heart. So when you get your paycheck from your job, does it offer you opportunities? Do you feel that it gives you opportunities that expand past the walls where you work? That's what you think about. Does it offer you opportunities past the walls you work in? So that is what Mary Kay has done for me. So when I think about paychecks of the heart, I think about having a job where Mary Kay always said, we want to prioritize our life in putting God first, family second, career third as a company. Faith, family, career. And so I have seen my life be able to be intertwined between those three principles: God, family, career. And there are times where I have to be reminded that my career is not above God and that my career is not above my family, but putting it in perspective of God, family, and career. And so that is a paycheck of the heart. That's something that Mary Kay has taught me. The second thing is like being able to pay debt off that loomed over me in the beginning, and that Mary Kay could be the vehicle to do that. So I want you to think about that. Is there something that is looming over you that this opportunity would be able to offer you to take care of that and become something that would be a paycheck of the heart for you? Or is it a person, a place, a thing, an idea, a concept, an opportunity that would become a paycheck of the heart for you? A charitable donation that you would be able to give? What would be a paycheck of the heart for you? I would say too that something that has been a priceless opportunity for me has been being here with my children. I was talking to my husband about this the other day. Being with my children since they were born, being home with them. I was able to raise these three beautiful children from the time that they were babies, to be home with them in the morning, to see them in the afternoon, to not have them necessarily have to be in a daycare. If I would have chosen that, I could have done that. But to have had other people help me with them, but not to have that be their main source of dependence with me if I would have worked a full-time job. So the blessing that comes from being their steady person that sees them in the morning when they get up and when they get off the bus at school, after school, has been priceless, has been a paycheck from the heart. Um, Spending the best part of my days with my children has been a gift. Working with women who seek greatness inside of themselves, that is something that I have watched tremendously, boundless times over the years, has been a tremendous gift. Um, Being with my father through illness after illness after illness with my parents through different situations and circumstances in their life, being able to sit by my dad's bedside for almost an entire month when he was in an ICU for a stint of time, dealing with a very difficult sickness. That is something that has been, I can look back and say, because I built my business, I was able to do that. In most cases, a job would not have allowed me to do that. A job outside of my home would not have allowed me to do that. Something that I deal with is I deal with just a degenerative disc issue that would not have allowed me to work a full-time job outside of my home. And the gift that Mary Kay, that is a paycheck of the heart for me to be able to still do that. So those are things that when I sit back and think in a month of February, when it's Heart Month, the opportunity that this company has given to me or offered me is priceless. And it just brings me so much joy to be able to share that with you. I always tell people, like when they ask me, what do you love most about what this business has given to you? What is your favorite thing? I always say the flexibility and freedom. Those are two words that with this year and what has happened, even through a pandemic, we have been able to explore that even more. The flexibility and freedom of working virtually, whether we've been in people's homes, allowed in people's homes, or chosen not to be in people's homes. The virtual aspect has grown beyond what we could ever imagine. And it is proof that when you are willing to open up the idea of something more and open up your mind to the concepts beyond what you ever thought, it is unimaginable. It is unexplainable, the results that can come from that. And that's where flexibility, when you're willing to be flexible, it exceeds all of your expectations. And so that's what Mary Kay has done for me, from thinking that I would be in for a season or for a reason and then turn it into a season, and now for a lifetime, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And so that's just my story kind of in a nutshell, and just some of the paychecks of the heart, just some of the things that I have been blessed with over the years. So here's where now I want to offer you the opportunity. I'm going to share with you some of the perks, some of the benefits, some of the reasons why people come into Mary Kay. And I'm going to do it really through an acronym. So you're going to write it out with me. I'm going to give you a letter, and you're going to write that letter down, and I'm going to describe what that letter means in Mary Kay. So I'm going to go to like a share screen if you guys are familiar with this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you then pick your letter. What letter would best describe if you were to join Mary Kay? That would be your reason as well. And you're going to share that with your consultant. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. Let's go there. Okay. Whoops. Hold on a second. Okay, let's do share screen here. Sorry a second. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. This is for some reason not allowing me to do this. There we go. Here we go. Okay, we're back. Don't you love technology? See, it's okay. We'll figure it out. All right, so here we go. So our very first letter is M. Our very first letter. So write down M. And what does M stand for? So M is my favorite, like one of my favorite letters. I have favorite letters. I love all these letters, but I really love M because M is the number one reason why people come to Mary Kay. Can you tell down here what it stands for? M stands for money. So M stands for money in Mary Kay. So whether or not you would want to make $50, $100, $500 a week, you get to decide that. There's no quotas in Mary Kay. We don't tell how much you need to sell to stay in our company. So you get to decide that. And guess what your benefit is? 50% commission. So I ask you, what would you love? Would you love the opportunity to decide how much money you make each week? And would you love the 50% commission? So that's the number one reason why people come into Mary Kay. 80 to 90% of the people come into Mary Kay to make money. Highest direct sale commission in the United States, 50%. So you get 50% discount and you get to make 50%. So could you get excited about making or get discounting on your products 50%? Okay, so that's what M stands for. The next letter is R. So I want to ask you this. Do you feel like you get a lot of rewards and recognition in your current job? Do you feel like you get a lot of rewards, recognition in your current job? Well, Mary Kay always, 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 always said, praise a woman to succeed and she will be successful. So I ask you that. Do you feel like you get enough of that? Because every woman has a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important, make me feel special. Like, bottom line is, we all feel that way. And I find out from a lot of women, I talk to a lot of women on a daily basis that say, I do not get enough of that. And we are starving for that. So in Mary Kay, you can come in. Mary Kay loves to give away prizes. We give away prizes every week. And I love to reward women for their success and results that they receive. So whether it's a diamond ring or just simple words of praise and affirmation, it feels good to be appreciated. So that is what R stands for. So someone just telling you did a good job. I pray that you get that on a daily basis. Okay, S. So S, so we have M, we have R, we have S. S stands for self-confidence and self-growth. So could you get excited about a career that not only helps you build your income, but also helps you build self-confidence and self-esteem at the same time? So I love, love, love to share that I have people who say, well, I'm shy. I don't know if I could do this. And because I'm shy, and I always ask people, do you mind being shy? Would you like to learn how to come out of that shy spot that you feel like you're in, to kind of let everybody see how you can shine rather than feel shy? So that's what S stands for: self-confidence, self-esteem. I have met women who come into Mary Kay just to grow their self-esteem so they can go get the job of their dreams. So they use it as a vehicle. They use Mary Kay as the vehicle to help build their resume so that they can go get the job that they have wanted to get for years, to build their confidence. And beauty will help do that. So that's self-confidence and self-growth. Okay, next letter, one of my next favorite letters. So C does not just stand for Cadillac, it stands for all cars in Mary Kay. So when was the last time you earned the use of a career car? That's a question I have for you. When's the last time you earned the use of a career car? So I love the fact that for the last 19 years, since this past December, that we as a family have been driving free. And when I say we as a family, that because of that, it has enabled and allowed us as a family to be able to offer our children the opportunity to have their own vehicles as well. Not Mary Kay cars, but we've been able to provide them with vehicles. And that is simply because of the use of Mary Kay offering myself a vehicle, and we've earned it. And so what a gift, what a blessing. So do you look at the vehicle that you have and go, I hate the fact that I have to pay for a car. I hate the fact that every month I have a car payment, that I have to pay for maintenance, that I have to pay for insurance, all of those things. If you could remove that payment out of your budget, what would that do? What would that relieve you for paying for something else? So there is always an opportunity for you to have a free car with Mary Kay. What a gift. You could be driving a company car and it could be a Mary Kay one. And guess what? You don't have to be in management to do it. You can be a consultant with Mary Kay and drive a free car. So such a fun thing. Okay, next letter is A, advancement. So if you worked very hard for a company and where you passed up for a promotion, have you ever worked really hard in a company and been passed up for a promotion? I always ask that question. In Mary Kay, guess what? You don't have to, because at any time you have unlimited earning potential and you get to advance at your own pace, with the advancement being unlimited. So at any time you can move to, you don't have to wait for someone to die, retire to be able to move. It's unlimited earning potential with no glass ceilings. Like, does that get you excited? That's one of my favorite letters too. Unlimited earning potential. When is the last time someone told you that you had unlimited earning potential at your job? It makes me so excited. Okay, last letter, and then I'm gonna see if you can figure out how to spell. Okay, so the last letter is B. This is my all-time favorite letter above all letters. Okay, even the first one, which is M, which is money. Okay, the last letter is B, and you get to be your own boss. Why do I love this letter so much? Because flexibility and freedom is my favorite thing of all about this company. And I love it because guess what? You get to choose the hours that you work, when you work, how much you work, where you get to be, when you get to be there. How great is that? So I love the fact that when I get to be here when my kids are out of school, I get to be here when they wake up in the morning. The freedom of being self-employed and the flexibility of working when I can work and when I can't work. It is a gift beyond measure. So being your own boss, I don't have to clock in or clock out. Well, I do on my own. So that's so fun. So anyways, so what does that spell? That spells Mrs. Cab. So you're gonna decide which one is your favorite letter and which would you love most. So I want you to pick your letter and then I want you to let us know. Okay. So you got to hear kind of a little bit of my story. You also heard some of the paychecks of the heart, like how has flexibility and freedom affected me the most and benefited my life the most. And I would love to hear what your favorite letter is of why people decide that they are going to come into this company. Like, what is their desires? What are the most prevalent desires of people as they join? And I want to find out from you, why would you decide? What would bring you into the company? If you were to decide to join, what would be your reason? Which would be your letter? And then what you're going to do is underneath this video, underneath after you watch this video, you're going to find, not underneath, but once your consultant says this to you, you are then going to fill out the Google Doc, which just tells us information about what you thought of here in this opportunity. So I just thank you so much for taking this time to just let me share a little bit of the paychecks of the heart, a little bit of my heart with you about what this business and this opportunity has done for me, my family, my life, and definitely my heart, and the heart of our unit. So I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your month and enjoy your heart and the heart and the lives of the other people that I know you will touch along the way. Have a blessed day. Bye.